This is 4-H Spotlight, featuring 4-Hers projects. And now your moderator.
Good morning. I'm Sheila Smith, Pinellas County 4-H agent and home economics agent, speaking in front of an audience. That is one of the greatest fears that many people have. With me this morning is Jeff Walker, a fourth grader at Oakhurst Elementary, and his teacher, Karen Grove. Jeff has not only overcome his fear of public speaking, but has won first place in the 4-H Tropicana Public Speaking Contest. He will be doing his winning speech the night Old Buck met his match. Jeff?
I'm going to tell you a true story about Old Buck, a fierce pit bull terrier, and his encounter with a Castor canadensis. That's right, I said a Castor canadensis. No other creature had yet dared to venture into Buck's territory. But this particular night, Buck finally met his match. It was a dark, moonless night, and Buck was in his usual spot, curled up on the front porch of his master's old cabin. Buck's owners were inside enjoying what they thought would be a quiet night at home, when all of a sudden, they heard the high-pitched screams of what sounded like two animals fighting. His owners grabbed their flashlights, ran out onto the front porch, and called for Buck. But Buck didn't come. They heard the screaming again, but this time the sound was muffled. They traced the noise to a culvert or large drainage pipe which was in the front driveway. Due to recent heavy rains, the culvert was half filled with water. Now they were on top of the fighting, and they knew that Buck was involved. They cast the lights of their flashlights into the darkness of the culvert. Inside, they could see flashes of Buck and another animal fighting furiously. They called to Buck again, but he would still not come out. They ran back to the house and grabbed an animal trap and some cane poles. They opened the door of the trap and placed it over one end of the culvert and took the poles and jabbed at the animals from the opposite side. After several minutes of this, Buck finally backed out of the pipe. He was a sight to behold. His right ear was barely attached to his head. His lips were shredded, and what was once a well-groomed fur coat was matted with mud and blood. His owners gently carried the beaten Buck up on the grass and returned to find that the creature had become trapped in the cage while trying to escape. They quickly slammed the cage door shut and flashed their lights upon a 45-pound Castor canadensis. Who would have ever imagined that tough old Buck could have been whipped by a common beaver?
Thank you, Jeff. Well, thank you, Jeff. That was fantastic. And
Thank you.
You have to tell me, is that a true story?
Yes, it is. Some of my uncle's friends own Buck, and my uncle heard the story, and he was able to tell me, and I made that into a speech. And
quite a good speech, I must say.
Thank you.
How far did that speech go? How well did you do?
I won first place in the county.
First place in the county, and for those that don't realize it, first place in the county meant winning in your classroom, then winning in your school, then winning at semifinals, and then finally winning at the county competition, didn't it?
Yep.
Did that make you kind of nervous doing the speech that many times?
Yes, it did.
It did. But you can't tell it all. You did a fabulous job.
Thanks.
And how do you feel about public speaking? What have you learned with going through the Tropicana 4-H public speaking program?
4-H public speaking has really helped me improve my ability to be able to get up in front of people and be able to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a really neat thing, and
You obviously enjoy it?
yes.
Do you think you'll continue doing a lot of public speaking?
Yes, I hope to. Yes.
Good, good. And what school are you in?
At Oakhurst Elementary,
And the grade?
4th grade.
Does that mean you're 12?
No, 10.
10.
10.
You just look old for your age.
Thanks.
What kinds of things do you do when you're not in school and you're not winning contests?
Well,
and
I
trophies and things?
enjoy playing basketball and I like collecting basketball cards,
Oh, really?
and I like to go camping.
Uh-huh.
And
Where do you go camping?
well, we go sometimes up to the Swanee River where my uncle owns some property.
Mm-hmm.
We go to many places.
And it's a good thing you like camping because one of the prizes you won for winning first place is a camping trip, right?
Right.
You'll be camping with 4-H?
Yes.
Do you know where you're going to be camping at? Let me tell you a little bit about it,
Okay.
so you'll know. It's in June, and you'll be camping at Camp Ocala, which is in Ocala National Forest, and you'll be camping with three other counties, Pinellas and Pasco and Hillsborough and Polk. And 4-Hers from all those counties, about 200 of us, we'll all get together at a big camp and go swimming and canoeing and hiking and do crafts and all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Neat.
Think that'll be a fun time?
I'm looking forward to it.
Good, good. And now I want to introduce your teacher who helped you out so much with the program, Karen Grove. Thank you very much for being with us this morning.
Well, thank you.
And I know that even though we get to see the talent of the students and all that they learned, a lot of it comes from all the dedication and the time that the teachers give to presenting the curriculum to them. But I don't think many of our viewers understand exactly how the 4-H Tropicana curriculum works. Could you explain that a little bit for us?
Sure. Basically, they're taught the elements involved in preparing and presenting a speech. They first learn how to prepare a speech in the classroom. First of all, it's a 1-week unit that 4-H provides us, and the children, all 4th and 5th graders, are involved in this, and they begin by preparing and learn how to prepare a speech. They're also taught tips on presence and personality. They're taught how to gain their self-confidence, which is so important, because once they get that, then they can, basically go, do many things with that.
And obviously Jeff learned
right,
that
and he
quite
certainly
well.
has a lot of self-confidence now. They are taught how to begin and end a speech, and of course they're taught the special techniques to a good delivery. And I try to tell my students to talk to an audience like they're talking to one person, and it makes it easier for them if they can keep that in mind. I would say the overall objective of the program is to teach children to communicate effectively to a group of people, in front of a group of people.
You said that they teach them tips about speaking in front of an audience. What kinds of tips do they teach them?
Well, I would say like I said, speaking like you're speaking to one person was one that they really enjoyed, and they, seemed to take well to that. Some of the others I, told them were try to get up and not be nervous, pretend it's, it's just, it's fun. It's fun. It should be exciting, and I found that once they're up there and they're used to it, it's not that bad. Once they do it more and more, it seems to be better for them, and they enjoy it more.
How have you personalized the program? Have you made the program work in your classroom? And what are some of the things you've seen as a result of that?
Okay. Well, I have seen incredible differences in my children. This is an excellent program where at the beginning my children had a hard time getting up in front of the class. It was real difficult for them. And after the week's unit, they really enjoyed getting up, and they're able to get up in front of like the cafeteria, they're able to get up in front of, a big group of people and speak. They don't have a hard time with it anymore. I think it's an excellent program. It not only benefits them now, but it will benefit them later in life. Starting at such a young age, learning how to do this, I think it really will help them out later.
Right. Do you think it is easier for them to learn public speaking because they are so much younger?
Yes, I do. I really do believe that.
And then in the classroom with the different tips and things that they learn, they have to speak in front of their peers, right?
Yes, they do.
Is that something that they originally have a hard time doing?
I think it is hardest for them to speak in front of their peers, at first especially. And I think after a while they get used to it, and then they enjoy that. That becomes their comfort zone. They enjoy speaking in front of them. It's after they get out of the classroom that gives them a hard time. They get in front of new faces, and it kind of gets them a little nervous.
During the week-long program, they have to actually write a speech themselves, right?
Yes, they do. They write a speech themselves, and each day we go over something new that they have to incorporate in their speech, and by the end of the week they have a complete speech that they can present to the class. The class votes on a winner, and as
Oh, it's the class themselves?
the class, we had our class vote on our winner, and as you know, Jeff was our winner for the class, and then we decided to go ahead and have a school-wide. We had all the 4th and 5th graders involved. Each winner from each classroom in 4th and 5th grade spoke in front of the whole school, and then we had a school-wide winner, which was
Right.
Jeff also, and then he went on to the semi-finals and then obviously the finals.
Then did the school also vote on who would win the school competition?
Yes.
So was it, there weren't
Yes, they did.
specific judges, but actually the entire school
Well,
was
they
able to
had
vote?
specific judges out. They had some school people, and they also had specific judges from outside of school that were that voted on the children.
And then how did the county competition work? How were you able to be involved in that?
Okay, well, I myself was not involved in the county competition. Jeff went by himself with that, and you might be able to tell us how that worked.
Well,
First you didn't go straight to the public extension service for the finals, you went to a semifinals, right?
And that's where they had maybe, I don't know how many kids, but they picked 5 from a South County and 5 from a North County, and then those 10 finalists competed in the final for the county, and that's when they decided the first, second, third, and fourth winners.
So you had to give your speech quite a few times, huh?
Yes.
Yes. Now, there's a big question that a lot of people have, and either of you can answer this one, whether you should memorize a speech or whether you should use notes.
Well, I'd rather have notes in, because I have note, just in case I may forget a line. I can always have my notes to remind me, so I can always look down just in case I may forget.
But you never really read your notes, do you?
Well, mostly not. I sometimes look down just to make sure I'm saying it right in order, and I got. But maybe for other kids it may be easier to memorize it, so they don't have to look down. But for me, I'd rather be able to use note cards.
It's kind of reassuring then if something
Right.
happens, right?
Right.
Good, that makes sense. And so now what are you going to do now that you're a polished public speaker? Any more plans for public speaking?
Well, I hope to be able to continue this, and when I get older, and
You'll compete next year in the competition?
maybe. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Jeff Walker, and Karen Grove for being
Thank you.
with us this morning. And we certainly learned quite a bit about public speaking and how excellent, obviously, what good accomplishments you can make, because your speaking abilities are fantastic, Jeff, and you'll only get better
Thank
as
you.
time goes on. And we'd like to thank you for being with us this morning. Please give us a call if you're interested in joining the 4-H program or would like more information about the 4-H Tropicana Public Speaking Competition, any of the other educational programs we do. And thank you very much.
This has been 4-H Spotlight. If you would like further information on 4-H or its activities, please write 4-H Spotlight, 12 175 100.